This is going to be a Rapture dream. The video that everybody's been waiting for. Just love Rapture. It's so long since I've mentioned about them. And I've had so many Rapture dreams. And like, I happened in what I saw. Also, I have some story times that I'm supposed to catch up with, but I've just had a busy life stuff out with YouTube. I'm trying to figure out what I'm passionate, etc. You know, it's been an upgoing battle from one thing to the next. Out of nowhere, just things happen. I understand what the reason is, but that's just how life works. To your seats, man, because this one is. It started out. I saw roaming the streets. As I was walking, saw a pillar, this upside down looking kind of alien ship was approaching 50 going towards Earth, and in one moment I looked up, I saw one, then two, then three, and then numerous of alien ships in the air, and I was seeing green lights flashing from these ships, and I could see end of the world. And I walking on the street, I had my headphones on, I was listening to just like going like this, like back and I had my headphones listening to my favorite song. All of a sudden, minding my business, I was seeing all these alien ships everywhere, green lights. I saw people starting to get abducted. Like literally, like as I'm walking straight, I see the ship was like their body up into the air and into the, and then out of the atmosphere, just out of the atmosphere, abducted, gone, seen. It was like world aliens, and I went to walk or forward, and the gravity less. You know when you have friction, feel like the rubbing, and it started to do this. That's kind of the feeling it's having. Something was trying to suck feet off the ground and up into the air, like they were trying to. And I remember I was just running for my life, and behind me like this, just running, and I just see aliens everywhere, going in people's houses, abducting them, torturing them, laughing. All these things were happening, and I was like, that's all I remember. I was asking my heaven, and I remember bells ringing throughout the town, throughout the city, just. And keep in mind, this was a very dark blue night. It was more of like a murky kind of gothic kind of feeling to it, like something. And out of the nowhere, I just see ground starting and shake like this, like that, right? And it's starting to shake, and the ground just starts getting loose and loose and loose, and you just start to feel the fire just go. Like that's all you can hear. You're hearing loud sounds, you're hearing people screaming, you're hearing people crying, and you just, all of a sudden you just start seeing all of this chaos happening, and then the ground just breaks loose, and the fire comes flying up out of the ground, and you see magma and lava and volcanoes and eruptions, and then you start seeing tornadoes coming down out of the sky, freaking 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, etc. everywhere, just like chaos, right? And I'm sitting there, and my legs are up and wide like this, like I'm looking down, and I'm going like this, and I'm saying my prayers, and talking to God, and all I could remember in seeing the message is he said, I am coming soon, and he said and he had a day and he had a time. I don't know if it was like 2030 or 2040 or 50, but I know those times, and I could just see the setting of very quiet and settle, like in the air, like you could feel like an aroma around you, like wrapping around this. You could just kind of feel it, just hold. As I'm looking, I just start hopping back and forth, like 1, 2, 3, hop, 1, 2, 3, hop, 1, 2, and I'm just, because I'm hopping over the cracks in the ground with the fire and the lava in the core, and I just was so scared, and everybody was running and afraid. It was World War III, and this guy was running down the street. I remember this guy was grabbing like on a flag, and he was running like this, with all of his like, ah! And then as the guy's like running, you see him just like trampling over his foot, and he just starts flipping down the hill. It's like, you could just see him like, and then bam, and then he hits his head really hard, like super freaking hard. I mean, you could hear the sound and the crack from the skull of how hard he hit the floor, of how fast he was running from these aliens, from these supernatural humans. I wouldn't even call them other life forms, and OBEs, whatever you want to call them. And it was just scary. And I just remember, I always have these tunes, and I remember hearing this tune, and it was coming from the left, and it coming from the right. And then there was green rain coming down, like the rain was green, like acid was falling on us. It was like acid was coming out of the sky, and then the setting started turning green, and then the whole sky turned green, and there's tornadoes and everything, and I'm like, and the acid is burning through your flesh, and I'm like, and I just remember like the Lord there at my presence, and He was telling me that it's game over, like it is His return. It was chaos. And I just remember hearing that tune. I just remember hearing that tune. I always have these tunes in my rapture dreams. And it was like, and it started real subtle, like, and it would be quiet. And it started going, doom 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 doom. It was almost like the pharaohs were coming down and trying to like kill people, take people's souls, send them to hell. And it was like a war from back and forth. It was like God versus the devil. And then the devil showed up and appeared. You see fallen angels coming out of the sky, people getting abducted, people getting killed, people going to hell, people getting burnt in fire, and all of this chaos was going on. I mean, it was insanity. And you know exactly how I describe my rapture dreams. It is exactly the way I see it and how I feel. And there's acid coming out of the sky, and I'm like, what the heck? So I remember I ran into the house and like, boom, kicked open the door. I'm like, bam, 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 boom, until I kicked open the door with all the adrenaline. Like I'm jumping through, and it's like, as you can see, like it's like I'm soaring over, right? So here's the platform, right? And it's like the door's right here, and the ass is coming down over here, and I'm just going like, and I take the pillow or whatever, and then like you just see me, my head is down this way. Like I literally launched over. So this is exactly what happened. So the rain was coming down this way. It was coming down this way. And I remember I just took my head, I have headphones, I have a head like down like this, and I'm like, down like this. And I take the pillow, and I'm like, come like this. And I'm just hearing all of this going over. I'm hearing everything going over, and I'm like, oh my freaking gosh, dude. And then at the same time, that happens with the acid, everything falling, everything happening, and the way that it happened, dude, it was scary. And I just remember hearing that tone, hearing that tune. And as you look up in the sky, everything, I mean everything turned dark red. Like the blood of Jesus was covered all over the sky like a blanket. And you know how scary this looks. So imagine you're looking at the sky, right? and the sky's right here, and you just see like a pillar peeling up like this, and opening up like a blanket. Imagine if you were at the sky, you're looking up, and you see this blanket overlap the green sky and turn dark red, and then fires falling out of the sky, and you see chariot horses, and you see Jesus coming out with rage and anger and fire, and you just see the end of the world happen right in front of you. That was my rapture dream. And let me tell you, trust me, it's just the way I explain them. It's just the way I talk about these rapture dreams. It's not just a rapture dream that I'm talking about, but it is the experience that I got out of this. God is really warning us. We really need to be attentive, and we really need to listen to the Word of God and do exactly what He's asking us to do. He is the way, the truth, and the life. And we need to pay attention to what He's saying. So I hope you guys enjoyed this rapture dream. I know it's been a long time since I've spoken about these rapture dreams. I know you guys enjoy them. But if you enjoy them so much, shoot, man. Like, show me some support. Like, if you love them so much, be active on my YouTube channel. If you love them so much, you can donate. If you love them so much, support my Twitch. Support my Instagram. Be active. Follow me. Share comments. Share my videos with people. Be active and show me that you are my fans. That's why I stopped doing rapture dreams, because people weren't active. People only wanted to see rapture dreams. I do no damage runs. Support that. Anything I upload, you should be the first to be there. If I'm doing a premiere, be the first to be in there to comment and to show love. And the more you do this, the more I'm going to do rapture dreams and what you guys are asking for, and I will be able to do giveaways, but I can't do that if I don't get the support. So I really need you, Dream Team. I really need the Tsunami Team. I really need my subscribers to be there for me. If I have a voting poll on my channel, vote, post comments, and put out what you need, what needs to be put out. Period. Okay? I need to know that. So this is all I have to say. Thank you for watching. I love you guys. And remember, if you're doing a damage run, take it seriously. Don't mess around. With time, patience, and focus, you will succeed. I'm the P2 Pro. And you can look at my recent no damage run I did on the hardest Sega Genesis game ever. Batman Returns. Did the game no damage. The whole game, and that took me about a month of hard work and frustration. And trust me, I had to figure out different strategies and what to do and how to get through the game without taking a hit. Man, it was not easy. It was very frustrating and very hard. But thank you for watching. I love you guys. Take care.